Welcome to a special edition of Be Less Stupid. I'm the host, Jon Hotchkiss. On this episode, I'm going to take you inside the most notorious refugee camp in North America. It's a makeshift, ramshackle facility set up by the Mexican government in Tijuana, where nearly 1,000 migrants, refugees, and men, women, and children from Central America are going to be forced to wait before they are permitted to legally seek asylum in the U.S. But first, look, if you're a liberal like me, who's interested in science, fact, and truth, I would encourage you to please subscribe to this channel. Hit the red button right here. If you're disgusted by hypocritical Trump supporters who were fake outraged by this kid's treatment by the media, and yet you're shocked that they've been eerily silent about kids separated from their parents at the US border, subscribe to this channel. There's a red button right over here. Now look, we are at 32,000 subscribers. When we reach 50,000, I'm gonna run a contest where you could win $250 or tickets to a taping of The Voice, America's Got Talent, or CBS's new World's Best. Okay, let's get right to it. In the fall of 2018, migrants and refugees from Honduras, Guatemala, and Venezuela walked nearly 2,000 miles from Central America to Tijuana, the northernmost city in Mexico, in order to ask for asylum at the US border. They were seeking a new life, escaping from brutal dictatorships, food shortages, job scarcity, poverty, and unimaginable violence. Then, at what they thought would be the end of their journey, they discovered one more hurdle to navigate, one tougher than the perilous hike through Mexico's rough interior countryside, the accompanying food shortage and dehydration that they had just experienced. In Spanish, it's called La Lista. In English, it's, well, the list. On the Mexico side of the Tijuana border crossing into San Ysidro, California, a makeshift waiting room is erected each morning. It's set up by the migrants themselves, under the supervision of the Mexican authorities, and those seeking asylum line up. They wait patiently and then add their name to the list. ¿Tú quieres vivir en los Estados Unidos?
Sí.
¿Sí? And then ¿cuántos días aquí en México?
Casi 2 meses.
¿Cuántos años tiene Pablo?
11 meses.
Several months ago, the Trump administration cruelly slashed the number of daily asylum interviews that they conducted at this border crossing from more than about 100 a day to less than 20. You know, because Trump hates brown people. That is, unless they're willing to work cheap at one of his golf courses or bring him a Diet Coke. The point is, now there's a waiting list of about 5,000 people who want to legally seek asylum in the U.S. ¿Qué es su problema en Honduras?
Los sicarios allá, es el problema. Los sicarios les dicen allá que quieren matarla, matan a la gente.
If you get on the list today, you'll be assigned a number, and the U.S. immigration authorities will see you in about 5 months. In the interim, you wait. And you wait. And you wait. While it's true that many people from the fall 2018 caravan have returned to their native country, more than 1,000 people remain. After what amounted to an actual humanitarian crisis on the US border, international refugee organizations and the Mexican government figured out something to do with 1,000+ people who have no home, no food, no water, no clothes, no money, and no place to sleep. The refugees and migrants are living here, inside the confines of an old open-air market about 15 miles from the U.S. border. It's called El Baratal. Armed guards stand outside. You need to show ID to get inside if you don't belong. It's a refugee camp, but camp is a cruel and ironic misnomer. Despite the soccer goal that was brought in, and all the fun two guys can have with a moving dolly and a length of rope. People sleep in tents. These two guys just met. Now they're roommates. Everything that they own in the entire world is inside the tent. The lucky ones set their tents up on top of one of these pallets. If it rains, they might stay dry, maybe. When the rats and the mice scurry around for a midnight snack, the crumbs inside their tent might be passed by, maybe. That is, depending if the rats' desperation for food is more than that of the tent's occupants. When sandwiches are served, people take 3 or 4, because if today is going to be like yesterday, there probably won't be any more food until tomorrow. Getting a simple deck of playing cards from a dope with a TV show on YouTube makes people positively giddy. And getting a few American dollars donated by some very generous viewers of this very channel, that put huge smiles on people's faces. It meant that they could go to the market outside the gates, and instead of just looking at things they would never be able to afford, no matter how cheap, they could now buy some shoes, or water, or baby food. Okay, so now you're going to meet some of the people that I got to speak with. You'll hear me off camera asking questions, and please forgive my butchering of the Spanish language. So, ¿tú quieres, vas a los Estados Unidos? And, ¿qué tipo de trabajo?
Pues una carpintería.